So good
Good
morning,
morning.
everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Liz Hart, and I'm the founder and executive director of Tailored for Success. If this is your first time participating in a Tailored for Success workshop, thank you for stopping by, and I want to give you just a little bit of information about us. Tailored for Success is a nonprofit organization that provides job seekers with resources, skills training, and the service they need, whether they're unemployed, underemployed, or in transition. Today's workshop is part of the Tailored for Success Reimagine Your Career webinar series that is a monthly workshop series on topics that are of interest and can help job seekers. The topics we focus on concern personal, professional, and career development issues. Our presenter today is from PNC Bank, and we are happy to have Spencer Guillemette back to present to us. He has presented before, and I will allow Spencer to introduce himself and turn the presentation over to him, and he will present to you, Pay Yourself First. So Spencer?
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you all. My name is Spencer Guillemette. I am the Community Development Manager for PNC. I cover the Boston and the Cambridge area assessment. My job is to support the CRA objective for the bank by providing loan, investment, and technical support to the low and moderate community areas. Our topic today, our workshop today, is entitled Pay Yourself First. It's a very interesting topic. I love to teach this topic because it's a discipline that I practice in my life daily. Pay Yourself First. The title of the workshop could not have been more clear and straightforward. It's like giving you a command, telling you exactly what you need to do with your money when you get your money, either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. The first thing that you need to do is pay yourself first. There's a quote by James the Coven, who famously said, "Work hard and play hard." I strongly believe in that quote because it promotes work-life balance, which is very important because one of my mentors used to mention to me that you don't live to work, you work to live, which I believe is a profound statement. Because one of the things that I realized as a person who's in corporate America is that, you are going to work and the bills will always come in every month. And then if you don't get a hold of yourself with financial discipline, you will forget to pay yourself. So hence this workshop, which entitled Pay Yourself First. We will start the workshop. If you please move to the next slide, please. Next slide, please. So our objective today is to explain why is it important to save. And then to determine goals for saving money, identify savings options, determine which saving option will help you reach your savings goals, recognize which investment options are right for you, list ways to save for retirement, and list ways to save for large expenses. Next slide. This is a question to the audience, but we're going to skip that part. Pay yourself first. What does it mean to pay yourself first? It's basically stating that put money in savings before you pay your bills. For some, that is easier to say, and for others, it might seem impossible because some of us make less than what our bills require. But I believe there's a saying that says there's the will, there's the way. And what's in between that is discipline. So we're going to learn the type of discipline and also the vehicle that you're going to need to help you save. Why would you want to save before you paying your bills? Why would you want to do that? Because in order for you to have your financial health and peace of mind and security in time of need, you will need to save. So it is important that you pay yourself and have a saving vehicle. What are some of the things you might want to save for? This is depend on your own objective. Some of us are saving for to buy a house, some saving to buy a car, some savings to, savings to do anything that's personal, that's near to your heart, that you want to work hard for and be able to leverage that funds that you save to accomplish. So it depends on the individual. Next slide. Next slide. So another part, very important part of saving is something called interest. What is interest? Interest is an amount of money financial institutions pay you for keeping money on deposit with them. It's expressed as a percentage and calculated based on the money in your account. Next slide. On top of interest, there's something called compound interest. Compound interest is money that you earn based on previous paid interest in the money in your account. That money is calculated either on a daily basis, monthly basis, or annual basis. Next slide. Annual percentage yield, short for APY. APY is the amount of interest you earn on a yearly basis, expressed as a percentage. Includes the effect of compounding, should be used to compare savings product, not the interest rate. Next slide. Rule of 72. What is rule of 72? Rule of 72 is a formula that lets you estimate how long it will take for your savings to double in value. So 72 divided by 4% equals 18 years. So it will take you 18 years at an interest rate of 4%. It will take you 18 years at an interest rate of 4% to be able to double your money. The interest rate needed to double your savings within a set time period of 72 divided by 12 equals 6%. So if you want your savings account to double in value in 20 years, what interest rate will the account need to have? So if you take 72 divided by 20 years, that requires you to have a 3.6 interest rate. Next slide. Saving options. There are two basic ways to save money. The first and the most common way is to open a saving account, federally insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, short for FDIC. The website link is on the presentation if you want to learn a little bit more about FDIC. And the other option is invest your money. That part is not federally insured and can lose value. Next slide, please. There's a little noise. I'm just going to make sure the noise stops. I apologize for that.
Spencer, while we're waiting, maybe I could just ask a question. There was a question that came in prior to the workshop of, ways that you could start paying yourself without, feeling it. And I thought of, the first thing I thought of was like a direct deposit.
Very well. Yeah, that's a good way to. So basically, if the money goes in directly to as your direct deposit come into your checking, you could have a way where the 7% amount transferred over to your savings account. So that's a form of direct deposit to yourself. Good question. Name the savings products. So this is an activity which we have with number one, an account in which you leave your money for a set period of time, cannot make deposit or withdraw, earn a higher interest rate with longer terms, pay a fee withdraw your money before the term has ended. So if we ought to guess what type of vehicle is that, I don't know if you want to participate on that, Liz, in regards to what type of vehicle is that, if you want to take a shot.
Yeah,
an account in which.
Sure, I thought a certificate of deposit.
Perfect. It is a CD, certificate of deposit, which you can go to your bank and inquire about, and they will tell you a little bit more about. Next slide. An account that requires a higher minimum balance to earn interest, usually pays a higher interest rate for a higher balance, does not have a fixed term, allows you to make deposit and withdraw. Which account you think is that, Liz?
Money market.
Awesome, awesome. Next slide.
Oops, sorry.
Sure.
Yes. Here we go.
Third, an account that pays interest on your balance may require you to maintain a minimum daily balance, requires a lower minimum deposit to open. Which account is that? Which is the last one, which is a statement savings
right.
account. It's a straightforward account. You go to the bank, you open a savings account. Some banks require a minimum of $100, some $300, some $500. But once you open the account, the bank is required to give you interest rate on that money. Next slide. Individual development account, IDA. Match savings account helps low-income families save money and become financially independent. These accounts are used for job training, college education, small business startups, and home purchase. This is an account that you will inquire at the bank, and they will give you a lot more details on that. Next slide. ETA stands for Electronic Transfer Account. It's a low-cost account, allows federal payment recipients to receive their payment through direct deposit. Features include monthly fee of $3 or less, no minimum balance. It has a debit card for point of sale transactions may be offered. Next slide. Liz, I had an unexpected guest that come in, and it's just horrible. Speaking to that person, speaking to my wife is a technician. I apologize for that. If you
no problem. You know what? We can't even hear it, Spencer, so it's no problem.
Awesome. 529 college savings plan. Something that I started very long time ago for my kids. It's education savings plans operated by the state or educational institution, designed to help families set aside funds to pay for future college course. There are two types. There's 529 prepaid tuition plan and 529 savings plan. These are the type of accounts you will inquire at the branch, and the financial advisor will go more in details on how to set up that account. Buy an investment. An investment, a long-term savings option for future income or financial benefit. Investment products are not federally insured. Very important to know. They are not federally insured. So it's a product that has risk in it. You must weigh the risk and returns. You earn money by selling the investment for more than you pay or receiving dividends and interest earnings. Next slide. Very, very important. Before you invest money, save at least 6 months, having 6 months savings cushion. It is important to talk to your bank or a reputable financial advisor or an investment firm before you go right ahead and invest your money. Ask about employer offered retirement accounts, which is another way of investing in the market. And very, very important, do your own research before you take your money in and invest it into something that is risky, that you might lose it all. Next slide. So different type of investment products. We have bonds, mutual funds, retirement investments, stocks, and United States US Treasury securities. Next slide. So this is an activity you could help me answer the questions on this.
Okay.
Sure. When you loan money to a corporation or the government for a certain period of time or term, is it a bond, mutual funds, retirement investment, stock, or US Treasury securities?
You know, I'm going to guess stocks.
No.
No.
It is actually a bond. The second one, when you own a share or part of a company, you might receive periodic dividends when the company makes a profit. That is the stock. Next slide. When you loan money to the government, you can select from product based on their face value and maturity date.
Securities?
No, that
No.
is, yes, exactly. My apology.
Okay,
When you invest money over a long period of time so that you will have money to live on when you are no longer working.
retirement investment.
That is giving. Very important. Next slide. A product that allows you to invest in many investors in investment products, which is left for us mutual funds.
Mm.
So these products are offered at the bank, and you need to have a licensed professional to go over these products for you, and it's a financial advisor who is licensed to talk about securities and investing. So it's important that you go to your local branch and then inquire about these vehicles to save money. Savings bonds, so different type of bonds. There are I bonds purchased at face value, or double E bonds, normally purchased at half their face value. Next slide. Different type of U.S. Treasury securities, Treasury T-bills, Treasury T-notes, Treasury Inflation Protected Security, stand for TIPS, and Treasury T-bonds. These are safe because they are backed by the U.S. government. Corporate bonds, which is a loan to a corporation for a certain period of time or term. The corporation promises to repay the amount of the money you lended on a specific date. Stocks. Basically, stocks is that you own a share or part of a company. You may receive dividends if the company profits. The value of your investment changes up or down according to the stock market. Very important. Know that there is fluctuation when you put your money in the stocks. Mutual funds, a product that combines money from many investors, includes stocks and bonds, so it's a mix of stocks and bonds, may pay dividends if you choose so, change in value with stock market. So that is the same as investing into stock, but the only difference is that this is a fund which diversified your portfolio. So it spread your risk of loss across many savings and investment options. Individual retirement arrangement, which is IRA, may include a combination of investment products. Very important, are tax exempt, so you don't pay tax on this particular vehicle. Fluctuate with the stock market. Include traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs. 401k and 403b plans. 401k plan established by the employer. If you are working and the company can contribute or match any of your investment, it is a very important thing that I will urge you to do if it's available to you at your employer. So you designated a percentage of your pay to be taken out before tax. So as you earn your gross income, you designated a percentage that will come out before tax, and that money will go into that vehicle called 401k, in which will grow based on how you diversified your portfolio. Employers may offer matching contribution, which is very important, because not only are you putting your percentage into the account, but employer can also say that I will match up to 3%, up to 4%, up to 5%, which allow your money to go faster. So it's a very nice vehicle if it's offered by your employer. 403b, the difference is that this offered to employees of public school and certain tax-exempt organizations, non-for-profit organization or public schools, teachers are able to participate in 403b.
Yeah.
Next slide. Variable annuities, an insurance contract that invests your premium in various mutual fund-like investment. Variable annuities can be very costly due to the fees, which include high annual fees, surrender charges on early withdrawals, tax penalty on early withdrawal before age 59 and a half, and life benefits guarantee fee. So inform yourself very well if you want to use that vehicle to save money, and be aware of the fees. How to choose the best investment? To me, knowledge is power. You will need to know what are the investments about the investment, how you could earn interest or how it could grow, the risk that is associated to it. So learn as much as possible. Consider how long you plan to keep your money in the investment. Diversified, very important. Don't put all your money into one investment because that will fluctuate as quick as the market goes up or it goes down. Reevaluate your products periodically. Take a look at it, make sure that it's performing well. And if you need to switch things around, please do so. Determine your risk tolerance. Not all of us have the opportunity or the money to just put 80% or 90% of all our money into the stocks. And I wouldn't suggest that. So it's determining your risk tolerance, meaning that if you want to go all aggressive, conservative, or moderate. So that's extremely important. Next slide. Other investments, owning a home. To me, I think that's the American dream, and that's one of the greatest investments that you could have because the home, something in the home called equity, it built equity based on the property value, location, the market, so on and so forth. So owning a home is a great investment vehicle, a great way to save money as well. Owning a business. Not everyone have the capability to run a business or want to run a business, but that's another way. If you are blessed with the skills, you have a product out there that you think the world needs, and you have the drive, owning a business is a great way to build wealth and save money. Next slide. Saving for retirement. Make the most of your remaining paychecks until retirement. Try to reduce and eliminate debt. Develop a plan to stretch your money to retirement. Next slide. Decision factors. How much money do you want to save over time? Those are the questions that you should ask yourself as an individual based on what you want to save money for. If it's for a vacation, how much money do you want to save over time? If your vacation is next year, you're going to need to know, okay, I need to put X amount of money in my savings so that I could achieve exactly the type of vacation that I want to have. How long can you leave your money invested? Time horizon. That's something that you should know before you make any decision to use an investment vehicle. How do you feel about risking your money? It's always good to hear that I made some money into an investment, but the person will not tell you the day that they lost some money in an investment. And if they, it's always good. I have a friend of mine who day trade and also swing trade. I always hear the part, hey, I just make 5,000, I just make 10,000. And then when the time they lose 5 or 10,000, they start silent. So it's very important to know how you feel about risking your money if you're using an investment vehicle, something that's not FDIC insured. Next slide. Pay yourself first is extremely important. It's the financial discipline that often neglect, but extremely important for you, for your financial health. If all the money that you earn goes to bills, this question you should ask yourself: what happens if I don't have the health to work or to make that money? So it's important for you to understand there are times that might come in life that you will need to take a look at to see what money that I have that's as a cushion, so that I could refer to if I need to for an emergency. So it is, like I said, it is a financial discipline that often neglect, but extremely important for your financial health. If any questions or concern or any comments, please leverage me, leverage Lise, and also Kelly, my colleague at the branch. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Spencer. And I will provide participants with a recording of this workshop. So if you missed anything or you want to review this again, you certainly can. And I echo what Spencer said that knowledge is power. The more you know, the better off you're going to be. And you just never know when you're going to have an emergency. And having some sort of a savings is very important. So Spencer, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all the information that you shared with us today and for being a resource to participants later on.
I want to leave you this: if there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
Only thing that stands in between is discipline.
Yeah, discipline is very, very true. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Next time.
You too. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon.